like I said, I'm sitting in front of you here today, and he is today because we were those wild guys. You know, I was the guy carrying the gun. I was the guy shooting you in broad daylight. I was the guy that would do things that other people wouldn't do.
Right.
How are we going to get this guy? Well, I'm going to shoot him where I see him. What do you mean? Anywhere I see him. So you had certain guys that were doing that and certain guys that weren't doing that.
Right.
So you see guys sitting here talking to you today and telling you all these crazy stories because we were doing that.
Right.
So we prospered. You would prosper faster in the Mafia, you know, and people would look at you like, oh, that kid's a ballsy.
Right.
That's the mother putting the work in.
Yeah. What are the ways to gain respect or rank in that environment? Because obviously, like, violence is one of the main ones. Obviously, in your world, like bringing money in seems like it gains you a lot of
money and violence is the key. See,
That's
more
why
money.
I said the both. When you do both, that's the most dangerous.
But we're going to tell you this: if you're just an earner, you're not respected. If you're just giving an envelope,
someone's going to pluck you and take you.
If you're just an envelope and you're just giving money, all the real guys will have their secret little convo like, this guy's a jerk off. He pays his way because you never put no work in. You know what I mean? They always want to see
if
that
you didn't put work in and you got your button. It's like you don't get the same respect.
Right.
He didn't bust an egg.
He didn't do nothing.
He got his button because he made a lot of money. When you kill and then you're still able to make that money, that's, like I said, that's when you get all the respect and the fear, and that's what comes with that.
There's like a thing that I keep hearing, like young gangster dudes, like from the black community, like rapper type dudes, whatever, that they'll say, which is that until you got 2 bodies, it doesn't even count.
Right.
Or that if you kill someone in self-defense, if somebody comes to try to do something to you and you kill them, that also doesn't count.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Here's the thing.
But that's a good killing, though.
Yeah.
Because if somebody, I wish, like, like if you kill somebody, you want it to be somebody that did something to you.
Exactly.
I mean, if you go, they had me go to New York and shoot a guy I never even know 9 times in the streets of New York. I never even knew the guy.
And it feels a little dark inside. You don't even know why.
No, it don't.
It doesn't.
Because they're part of that life.
I'm sorry, Adam.
You want him to be just as unrepentant as you.
No, but I'm being real with you. When you're in that life, it's just an order. Like, it's nothing personal. It's just business. You know when your time's up. Like, I remember in 2004, I was dying to kill someone. I'm trying to get straightened out, right? So I'm like, yo, I want the next murder. I want the next murder. They're like, no, they gave it to another dude. I'm furious. Now think how sick this sounds. I'm bugging out because I didn't get the murder. Me and my partner Bobby were trying to kill this dude in the Bronx for something, and they gave it to somebody else because we wanted to get straightened out young. So we wanted the body so bad. And that's how it goes, because it sounds crazy to the regular people, but in our world, you know, it's normal.
We're killing each other. As sick as that
we're killing each other, not civilians.
You know, we're I killed people. If I end up dead, who's really gonna, care about that? Because he's gonna say, well, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And so, we live by that. Now, an innocent person, 100%. If you're driving down the street, God forbid you run over a little kid by accident, you can't live with that. Shooting somebody in the car and you shoot their mother by accident or a little kid by accident, that's hard to live with. But we're killing each other. They had me shoot a guy in New York. Like I said, I didn't know, but he was part of that life. And so you don't really feel that remorse or anything, because that's that life we're living. We get told that we got contracts on us, that people are looking to come kill us. We got enemies in that life.
Right.
People are trying to kill us, and we go out trying to kill. They got people trying to kill us, and it's like whoever can be a better.
And what's also fucked up, Adam, and it's what's crazy that what we're taught is element of surprise. So like when your time is up, you know who's killing you, right?
Yeah,
your best friend. They sent me to shoot my closest friend. My first shooting was my friend. My first shooting was my friend. I shot him in broad daylight in front of his girlfriend. That was my first shooting.
Why'd you do it in such a public environment?
Because I was told to get him on site. He did something a violation. He robbed my boss's main earner, tied up his whole family, tied up the wife, everything. One of the robbers slapped the wife on the ass. So it was like really bad. So I was told, shoot on site. And I'm his friend, so I lured him to me.
Yeah.
Think about your friend luring you to, and then popping him.
And that's the bad thing when you set up your friend to get killed, no matter what part of it is. If I tell him, come meet me, and someone else, you blow his brains out from behind, it's still, I'm part of that.
Right.
And my friend, I had to plead guilty to a conspiracy to murder, but he didn't actually get killed. I grew up with him, childhood friend. They put a false label on, said he was an informant. The faction that put the informant on, it was a boss in our area, Babish Abelli and his crew with them. They were the informants. They labeled him as the informant. We got a word because we take orders from New York City when it comes to killing.
Right.
When it comes to killing, we take the order. Or if there's an internal beef, we take orders from New York City. But other than that, everything is ours. No money goes down there. No money was getting sent. Tribute was getting sent with all kinds of expensive liquors, all kinds of cigars, 50,000 at the end at Christmas time. Al Bruno was the boss of Western Mass. I pled guilty to murdering him. He was our boss. He used to fill up a van and send 50,000 at Christmas time, all kinds of but no money. So we took orders when it came to murder at the extreme. Just like all New York families, they got to get an okay when it comes when they're going to take somebody out from the bosses over there. Same thing with us. We got to get the okay from the bosses.
You see how gangs just run around shooting each other?
Yeah.
We can't do that. So I can't just run around killing people because guess what? I'm putting all my people at risk. And not only that, wow, this kid's committing murders. Get rid of him. He's a when you have to check in with everything. You can't just run around just, you know what I'm saying?
But once there's an order, you can just do it in
that's
broad
it.
daylight.
Listen to me. Once there's an order, you're done. Like you're getting it. Don't get taken away. And
if
you know what I'm saying?
If you kill and you didn't have that order back in the day, you're going to get killed.
And if you botched it, you got killed.
Yeah. So if you
botched
you get told to go on a hill, we had a couple of guys that were supposed to get made in Western Mass. They were going to get made with me. They were supposed to come with me on that hit in New York City, and they didn't come. And they got told by the boss to participate in that murder.
And they just didn't show up?
Didn't show up. One guy ran away, said, "Take me off the list." That's a death sentence right there, right? Said, "Take me off the list."
Oh my God, you can't.
The other guy was gonna come, but there was so much confusion, and that's way too long of stories. But so much confusion on what was going on. Who's the boss? There's a new boss in New York. Who's listening? This guy's getting taken down. We're gonna kill him. So much, so he didn't come. So I ended up bringing a couple other guys, and that's who participated in the shooting in New York City.
Okay, I have a question, and this is going to probably be a theme throughout this interview, which is that me kind of contrasting and comparing how you guys did things versus how a lot of the rappers that I've spoken to and stuff do things. But there's like a tradition or like a way of doing things that I always find like extremely disturbing when it comes to like street gangs and everything, which is basically like if you kill one of my guys are going to the neighborhood that you're from and they're going to kill random people.
Right.
And a lot of times those people are not involved in any way. Is that completely off limits in your world?
Completely off limits.
Okay.
Let me explain something to you.
And that seems like a good thing.
Right. A very good thing.
Women, children.
You can be a huge rat against organized crime and your mother can still walk the streets and your family. They never take it out against the family. It's always just you.
Yeah.
They can never kill innocents. That's a complete no-no.
I can appreciate that. That's principle.
That's how it's supposed to be. Cartels, I don't respect that. I'm not shooting no kid. I'm not shooting no girl.
Oh yeah, we're
not raping no kid.
We're also we want the body to disappear. Every murder that we go on, like a lot of gangs, it's drive-bys, it's shooting at them. If our ultimate goal is to kill that person and have that body disappear where there's no crime scene, there's no body.
But so that's infinitely more complex. And that's the kind of thing that would have been way easier to pull off in the 70s and 80s before there was surveillance everywhere,
and I was doing shit on the modern day,
Adam,
so think about
it. You know what? It's not, when you say complex, it's the easiest thing in the world because Mafia has rules. So we call you to come in. Now, if you don't come in, you're dead. So that's number one. So now you're rolling the dice. Why do they want me to come in? Could be a simple thing like maybe they're going to straighten you out. They're going to make you, but you still got to come in. How easy is that when you lure somebody in and you can't bring guns at meetings? That's another no-no. You can't bring your crew. You can't. You got to come. When they come, sometimes they pick you up. They tell you you're going somewhere. They pick you up on a street. Then they drive you somewhere else, drop you off. Someone else picks you up, drives you there. You're in like 3-4 different cars before you finally end up at the meeting. Nobody knows where you are. And back, then it's not like technology today. The phones, they know where we all are. They got cameras everywhere. You ain't getting away with that today. But if they call you in, it's the easiest thing to kill them. And now getting rid of the body, that's another easy thing. I mean, you got a whole dog or a lot of sickos, they chop them up. And
so it's easier than I would assume.
It's easier, yeah, exactly. Because of the rules that we have. We tell you, you got to come in when the boss calls.
It's like this, Adam. Look, right now, you're sitting there. We call for you. That he's right there going to pretend to go get coffee and shoot in the back of your head. That's how they do it. Yeah. And then we're going to go put you somewhere in weeds somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
And no one knows where you are.
And
nobody knows where you are.
And if you have a remote enough hiding spot, nobody's going to catch you digging the hole, and nobody's going to go sniffing
been dug for a week, probably with a fucking plywood. All right. Your murder been played over 25 times already before you got there.
Because just me being a guy, occasionally I'll like start to have that thought process of like, well, if you were going to kill somebody, how the fuck would you get rid of the body? And it's like it's kind of like a fun thought experiment,
right?
Yeah. But it's also very difficult to like really arrive at like what the foolproof plan version of it would be.
Why they hate the Italians? Because we're so organized. Like he said, you got to come in. The
Yeah.
bodies are never left in the street usually. So it's hard to solve these murders. The guy went missing.
Yeah.
There's no blood. There's no evidence. There's
Yeah.
no nothing. He's just gone.